Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. It's Paulie Esther here, and today I want to cover a few news tidbits with you in Dead by Daylight as far as the kill switch, status report on some bugs, and a date change for the Masquerade. But first I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. So many of you have used my support a content creator code, Paulie, that you see there in the corner. Literally hundreds of you have used my code, and I can't thank you enough for that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, before you buy a package of Oryx cells, you have the opportunity to enter the name of a content creator in here, and so many of you have entered my name, which I'm grateful for. So before you would buy your Oryx cell package, you would put in my name, and you can use either Paulie or Paulie Esther, one word. It'll accept both. Paulie's easiest. Continue, and then you can see here now it says currently supporting Paulie Esther. And then you can buy your Oryx cell package there, and what will happen is Behavior will give me 5% of the amount that you've spent on your Oryx cells. Now, it doesn't cost you any extra to support a content creator. You'll be charged the same amount that you would if this was left blank, but it just supports me and gets Behavior to give me that 5% portion of your sale. So so many of you use the codes. Thank you so very much. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for using the code. Okay, first we're going to start with the Masquerade date change. Looks like the Masquerade garlands got a little too tangled. The Twisted Masquerade event will now start one day later than planned on June 26th and run until June 27th. So they shifted the start and the end date by one day. You aren't getting cheated out of a day here. We can look at the June roadmap here and see it was normally supposed to run from June 25th to July 16th, all the way in week 4 there. So they're shifting everything over one day, the start and the end time there. And I've had people ask me, why is this the final Masquerade? And it's simply because they are going to go with a new theme next year for the anniversary, for the 10th year. Trix has kind of not overstayed her welcome, but it's time to explore a new theme for the 10th anniversary. So that's why this is called the final Masquerade. She's moving on. Dead by Daylight is moving on to a new theme for next anniversary, but by no means are they doing away with the anniversary events. This is the last one. You're going to be able to get the David King and the Wraith outfits in-game through the challenges, and then there's also the Barmar and the Vecna outfits that you'll be able to buy in the store, and then we have these masks and weapons here. So these are the weapons that you can get in the Masquerade for the Trapper, the Huntress, the Nurse, the Doctor, and the Spirit for the Masquerade weapons. And then we have the masks for Vittorio, Jake, Tori, the Houndmaster, Sable Ward, Claudette, and Aurella Rose. And then these are going to be the charms and badges and banners that you'll be able to get in the Masquerade as well. I think that's all of the slides. The final Masquerade. Okay, next we're going to talk about what is kill switched. Dead by Daylight put out this post here. We have temporarily disabled the Go Next prevention feature while we investigate some issues. While the feature is disabled, the penalty and warning message will be removed, but survivors still won't be able to unhook themselves without an offering or a perk. The feature will be re-enabled once we've made some adjustments. What is a kill switch? Kill switch allows us to temporarily switch off features, items, offerings, maps, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, there were some people who were getting like tunneled out of the game very quickly, and they were getting like the Go Next penalty for like being tunneled out of the game too early, or some people were using Shoulder the Burden, and that was considered that they were trying to go next by taking on hook stakes for other people. That's what I read on the forums anyway. So this has been kill switched, needs a little bit of tweaking. There were some blind spots here with the feature, and they need to look at it and revamp it. So if we go to the kill switch master list here, it talks about what is kill switched here and known issues. So let's see. Well, yeah, so it just goes in and it says, we have temporarily disabled the Go Next thing, just like they had in the tweet. And then there are some other known issues, but these have not been disabled yet, and they're working on it. Springtrap can sometimes emerge temporarily invisible from the security doors, and survivor directional audio affected by the security cameras and doors will be fixed for all platforms in Hotfix 1. So these two have a fix in there, but they're not ready yet. I think actually they fixed the audio bug on Steam today. I haven't updated my game yet. Oh, that was written by Jocelyn. I think she was in my stream on launch day. Good to see you. Hi, Jocelyn. Okay, and lastly, we have the status report here, and this talks about bugs, issues, known issues, and where they are as far as fixing them. With the 9.0 release behind us, we wanted to communicate some updates along with the most frequently reported in-game issues. The map showcase queue will now remain open throughout the weekend to give players the opportunity to try our new map. That is an amazing change. I couldn't believe that it was supposed to end today. I thought we're having a free weekend this weekend, and presumably you would get a lot of looky-loos who are interested in Dead by Daylight and this Five Nights at Freddy's chapter. Why wouldn't you keep the map open, that separate map queue for the weekend? So I'm glad they reversed that change. That's very good. I'm going to be playing the Fazbear's Pizzeria as long as I can all weekend to learn the map and have fun there. Okay, and then we have known issues, audio issues occurring in the trials. Fixed, well, deployed today on Steam, fixed in Hotfix 1 on other platforms. So when they have Hotfix 1 patch go out on the other platforms, the audio issue will be fixed. So the reason your audio gets bugged as Survivor is because you're messing with the doors. And that's as plain and simple as I can put it. If you don't mess with Springtrap's doors, your audio isn't going to be bugged. So if it is driving you wild to have all of these audio bugs while you're playing, just don't touch the doors until the hotfix comes in, and you shouldn't have any audio issues. I don't touch the doors. I do gens. It's a Gen Rush life. I don't have any audio issues. The only time I had audio issues is when people on stream said, "Can you please show me what the doors do?" And then I would go through the door and I had the audio issues. So I'm quite confident that they're connected to the security doors against Springtrap. If you don't mess with the security doors and go through the office, you won't have any problems. Your audio issues will not occur. Okay, and then it goes through and it says, animatronic becomes invisible when going through doors. I have seen that, especially when they have undetectable. They can get right up on you. Nah, I don't like that. That's going to be a hotfix in a future hotfix, so that is not going to be in hotfix 1. All right. The auto blood web feature grants the wrong perk tier. Fix deployed later today. Reports of stat discrepancies in the stat tracker. Oh yeah, so they have a stat tracker thing in the game. I can show you that now if you want to see that. So that's under investigation. I do have a little bit of information I can share with you about the stats, why your stats might not look exactly correct. We can explain that. I'll go to the stat tracker and we'll check it out. As always, this is not a full list of issues the team is currently working on, and we appreciate all the reports we received. The team will keep evaluating and working on the issues as they come in. Let's go look at that stats tracker. Okay, so here's my stats tracker. This is at stats.deadbydaylight.com. You can access your stats as well at that website. As long as you have a behavior account with your game connected, you can see these stats. So these are my top 3 killers. No real surprise here. We have the Doctor, the Clown, and the Wraith. So I should note that there have been some people say, my stats don't seem accurate. So a couple things to remember is that limited time events such as 2v8, Lights Out, Chaos Shuffle, any of the time that you played those limited time modes, none of those stats are included in this. These stats don't contain any of your play information prior to September 2020 either. So this is only like almost 5 years of data. And it doesn't include custom matches, obviously. And it only counts the number of hours spent in matches. So even though I have like 12,000 hours in game, it's only going to count the time from start to finish of each match. No lobby times, no post-game chat, no pre-game chat, nothing. No lobby wait time is included in that. So, you know, however many hours I have, I guess I could deduce how many, and well, no, because it's only to 2020. I was going to say I could figure out how many hours I've spent in Lobby Simulator, but it's only start to finish for the match. That's where your hours are at. So I have 128 hours of Doctor, 77 hours as Clown, 49 hours of Wraith. Those are my top 3, and there's my kill rates. My Doctor is my most lethal character at over 60%, so that makes me feel pretty good about that, because I know they're trying to balance the game around this 60% number, so I am exceeding that, I guess. There's all my killer stats: total matches played, total kills, average kill rate, total hooks, average hooks, total blood points earned, average blood points earned, hits, chases, gens kicked, pallets destroyed, and on, and there it goes. And then these are my my eerie emblems that I earned in all 4 of the categories. My top perks seems pretty accurate, except for distressing. That'd be when I played doctor, I guess. But yeah, I'm pretty much running these 3 all the time on my clown, so no real surprises here. And then you can click on your survivor stats too. These are my most played survivors with Feng Min, Zarina, Kasir, and Yunjin Lee. And again, the hours are just start to finish on the games. And then these are my escape rates. So got work to do there. I'm not even getting to 50% escape rate. And then we have all of my total matches played, total escapes, total blood points earned, survivors healed, total times hooked, etc., etc. So we got all that. Chases 1. Longest chase, 3-minute chase with Dwight. Good for you, Dwight. Good for you. And then there's my perks. This is probably going to go down since Distortion got a nerf. That's not going to be in my kit anymore. And I don't even really run off the record anymore either. But the sprint burst in the windows, that's in my wheelhouse too, for sure. And then you can do global stats. So this will be everything. So this says I played 2,100 hours in the last almost 5 years. But again, it's only start to finish. 12,000 matches, 794 million blood points, and on. So we have all of these stats here combined, and it's a pretty neat little feature if you want to take a glimpse into it. But you know, don't put too much stock in this. Compare yourself to me, compare yourself to other people. All you're trying to do every day in the game is just improve and compare your performance to yourself. So these stats are fun, but don't get too wound up on it and how your stats compare to other people, because at the end of the day, as in life, you are only competing with yourself to make yourself a better person from one day to the next, and you're not competing with anybody else. Okay, one more thing to leave you with here. You may have noticed that Dead by Daylight is tweeting out this night shift initiative where they're featuring one creator each night to take on the night shift in the Fazbear Pizzeria. Well, yours truly, Paulie Esther, is pulling up that anchor leg on the 5th night on June 21st from 8 p.m. until 2 a.m. I'll be streaming and will be the security guard, keeping everything locked down in the pizzeria. And I will have some game codes to give away of the base game. So if you know somebody who would love to play, but they don't own the base game, and I also have some chapter codes to give away for the Springtrap chapter. So I have both base game and chapter codes to give. So come in and tune in on my Twitch channel, and we'll be giving those away to members of the audience that want to participate in the giveaways. All right, that's all I have for you today. As always, thank you so very much for watching. I appreciate the time you spend here with me on my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it helps the channel a ton. And don't forget to take care of each other in and out of the fog. We'll see you next time. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
It's a Gen Rush life for us. It's a Gen Rush life for us. Set a hiding, we do gens. Set a randoms, we got friends. It's a Gen Rush life.